You and me, we're different. We're better.
You're used to scaring people, not me.
A superpowered enhanced man-child narcissist who has infiltrated the US government, and a godlike alien on Earth with the task of preparing Earth for his race's conquest. Both arguably the strongest entities within their respective Earths, coming from the realm of comics, with current shows that have captivated the masses. With the several parallels both these immensely powerful individuals have, it has caused many to wonder who would win in a straight-up fight. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at how powerful both these individuals are, and then comparing the two to determine who wins, where it'll become clear that one of these two far surpasses the other. We will be solely sticking to the TV show iterations of these two, as these versions are the ones most are familiar with. So to jump straight into it, starting with Homelander. Homelander is the son of former world's strongest Soldier Boy, being gifted the abilities of super strength, durability, even being immune to most diseases and poisons, enhanced senses including sight and hearing, flight, and laser vision. Being the world's strongest soup, he is in fact never really tested in combat until Soldier Boy re-emerges to aid the boys in defeating him. Hence, due to his superiority, we rarely see Homelander exert himself physically. However, we do observe moments and are given statements to get an idea of how strong he is. Homelander states that only as a child he broke the sound barrier, indicating that as an adult in his physical prime, he reaches speeds well beyond Mach 1. Additionally, he implies he could lift a 747 airplane if given the proper footing, with a fully seated 747 weighing north of 800,000 pounds. Although his most impressive feat is besting Soldier Boy in battle, with Soldier Boy being able to endure after experimentation, being a living nuclear reactor, exploding multiple times throughout the series, surviving with essentially no damage done to him, indicating that Homelander has at least comparable durability as well, overpowering Soldier Boy in their battle, even getting away from him when having help from temporary Compound V enhanced Butcher and Huey. Within his respective verse, he is essentially a living one-shot kill machine, whether using his laser vision or immense physical strength, as he casually is capable of killing nearly everyone on Earth in a single blow, besides a select few such as Soldier Boy and Maeve. Throughout the Boys series, the very fear he implements on others suggests that he is far more powerful than even some of the most impressive soups, such as Maeve and A-Train, with again, the Boys and company only feeling confident enough in attempting to take down Homelander once Soldier Boy was reawakened, implying Homelander could most likely kill multiple soups even within the Seven, single-handedly and simultaneously. Vought executive Madeline Steelwill even goes as far as to state that no weapon on Earth can defeat Homelander, indicating that perhaps even multiple nuclear weapons would be unable to kill Homelander, although to be fair, this does seem like an exaggeration, as even Maeve was able to cause Homelander to bleed when they battled, meaning Steelwill is most likely implying Homelander would ensure his survival via evasion and counterattack, such as his heat vision, as opposed to straight up tanking multiple nuclear explosions. Now, I think it is also important to discuss the kind of man Homelander is and his general psychological profile, as even these aspects of an individual can greatly dictate the winner of a general versus matchup. Homelander is a conflicted narcissist constantly battling with his own insecurities, with him attempting to sever his humanity to become completely sociopathic, with him wanting to essentially become a emotionless, iron-fisted dictator. In fact, the only reason the Boys and company are able to prolong their ongoing conflict with Homelander without him casually just ripping them all apart is because of his desire to be loved by others, and despite him slowly becoming more unhinged and detached as we see in the later seasons, with him even daring Starlight to expose the 747 flight incident video and killing a man in public in broad daylight, it is still clear that he battles with his desire for love and with his general demons constantly. It is actually kind of ironic, in fact, that despite being this evil parody counterpart of the legendary Superman, that he too has the weakness of caring too much, similar to the Man of Steel, despite his immense physical power.
I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals.
So now jumping to Omni-Man as a combatant. Omni-Man is part of the Viltrumite race and Empire, with this race being arguably the strongest and most dominant race within the respective Invincible universe. In fact, even within this immensely powerful race, Omni-Man is considered one of his greatest warriors, having centuries of combat experience, with it taking several veteran Viltrumites to defeat him, and similar to Homelander, he possesses super strength, durability, being immune to all of Earth's diseases and poisons, flight, and even enhanced lung capacity, being able to hold his breath in a vacuum of space for weeks on end. While on Earth, Omni-Man is considered the strongest entity on Earth, being part of the Guardians of the Globe, which contain the world's strongest superheroes. In fact, when he defects to act out his Viltrumite task of preparing Earth for conquest, he single-handedly eliminates all members of the Guardians of the Globe and beats his own son Mark within an inch of his life, even while holding back. His physical feats include diverting an asteroid coming towards Earth the size of Texas, and just for context of how much force an asteroid of this proportion would exert, a real-life asteroid also around the size of a city hit our Earth 66 million years ago, which is calculated to have had an equivalent energy of 72 trillion tons of TNT, with this asteroid being the one that actually led to the death of the dinosaurs as well. As for Omni-Man's speed, it is safe to say he reaches speeds that far surpass the speed of light, as he is able to travel to entire different galaxies in seemingly only a couple of weeks, with light itself taking around 200,000 light years to travel across just our Milky Way galaxy alone. So it is quite clear that Omni-Man at the bare minimum is an individual that is capable of complete global conquest, with Earth literally being his playground due to the immense power he possesses. Being on Earth, Omni-Man is looked at by the masses as a living god, with him being Earth's greatest hero when defending against Earth's greatest threats. Even amongst his own superior race, he's considered by them to be a warrior of great skill and ability, with again multiple Viltrumites being needed to bring him down. When he defects and turns on Earth, we see the desperation and urgency of humanity, with Cecil Stedman and the US government trying everything within their power to stop him from preparing Earth for the Viltrumite's conquest, with him destroying every obstacle thrown at him. Hence, it is safe to say that his title certainly befits him. Now, what kind of man is Omni-Man? Well, unlike Homelander, he's more of an ideal representation of a superhero early on in the series, being a husband and father, as well as Earth's greatest hero. Additionally, even though he defects from Earth due to his loyalty to the Viltrumites, we do later see the hero within him when the guilt of his actions begin to be felt by him, which resulted in him even saving another race from extinction when he arrives on Thraxa, even going as far as to defend them from his own kind, along with Mark when the Viltrumites come to capture him for his crimes. Bred for war from a young age, Omni-Man isn't a man that fights for himself unlike Homelander, but instead fights for a bigger purpose, further illuminating the true warrior Omni-Man truly is. Despite the god complex instilled in him by Viltrumites and their traditions, Omni-Man realizes that he can carve his own path, and a more righteous path at that, with him seemingly wanting Mark, his own son, to be the man he wished he could have been during his youth. Meaning, despite the several atrocities he committed as a soldier of the Viltrumite Empire, within him always existed some amount of moral virtue. So with all that being said, who would win? Well, simply put, the gap between Omni-Man and Homelander is far too wide for there to be any hope for Homelander to even survive, let alone win. With the level of power and speed that Omni-Man can achieve, it is more than likely that Homelander would be ripped into pieces, even with his durability, with Omni-Man being capable of reaching speeds far beyond the speed of light. If Maeve can make Homelander bleed by punching him in the face, imagine what the force of millions to possibly billions of tons of TNT would do to Homelander. Now, as far as Homelander's success against Omni-Man, not only would he most likely never even see him before getting ripped apart nearly instantly, but even if Omni-Man were to allow Homelander to go on offense, nothing that Homelander could do would even scratch Omni-Man, let alone hurt him. From Homelander's perspective, the levels of speed Omni-Man is capable of would be unimaginable, and for the first time, Homelander would be facing his blatant superior. Being the weak character Homelander is, character-wise, he would have a mental breakdown essentially, realizing that his only crutch in life, being his physical superiority over others, would no longer apply standing before Omni-Man. Hence, as I am sure many of you guys have already guessed, this matchup would not be close, as Omni-Man far surpasses Homelander. And there you guys have it, that is the video. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below, and or let me know what feature videos you guys would like to see in the future as well. Anyways, I hope you folks enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay classic.